gentlemen, can you hear me now? Yes, okay. We're just so happy to be here and to be able to sing for you, welcoming you to the wonderful world of barbershop harmony. So we're here to sing for you and you're here to listen, and we sure hope we get done before you. Our first song tonight is a gospel tune by the late great Dottie Rambo. When I lift up my head, he lifts up my heart, and my troubles just all roll away. Ole and Lena, I should say, they was out riding in the car one night. Ole had a new Model A Ford, you know, and they was riding down the road, and Lena was feeling a little frisky, so she reaches over and grabs him by the knee. Well, Ole jumped, you know, and he hit the brakes and everything, and he says, "Lena, you can't do that, you know." He says, "We were going to run off the road." Oh, she thought that was kind of funny, but anyway, away they went down the road, and she grabbed him again, and he jumped again, and he says, "Lena, that's it. Via, stop at the car right here." She says, "Ole, there's windows in this car, you know." And he says, "Well, we get in the back seat then." She says, "But Ole, there's windows back there too, you know." He says, "I know what we will do. We will get out and get under the car." He says, "If anybody comes along," he says, "you just keep your mouth shut. I will do the talking." 30 seconds later, they're under the car, you know. And wouldn't you know, here comes Sven down the road on his nightly walk. Sven looks down and he says, "Ole, what do you and Lena think you're doing down there?" Well, Ole never looked around or anything. He just says, "We is fixing the clutch." Sven says, "By golly, you better work on the brakes first. The car is 2 blocks down the road, you know." This next song was written by Carl Perkins. That probably doesn't mean much to you, but this song is called "Daddy Sang Bass," and it was recorded sometime later by none other than Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash and the Statler Brothers. So it became a very popular song amongst the gospel singing groups and listeners. So here it is, Daddy sang bass. Most families, as far as I know, have somebody that's kind of unique somewhere in that family. And my family was no exception. I grew up in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. And way back then, they had a little red shoe store downtown called the Red Goose Shoe Store. Anyway, my brothers and I had 4 brothers, because not that we didn't like Big Aunt Bertha, but Big Aunt Bertha, she liked to give hugs, you know. And if she would go ahead and catch her head in between that more than ample bosom of hers, why, you just didn't know if and when you're going to get another breast. But Big Aunt Bertha, that's not what made her unique. She liked to go shoe shopping. And that's not so bad either, except for the fact that she insisted that she wear a size 8 shoe, and her foot happened to be a size 10 and a half. So this one day she decided she wanted to go shoe shopping. So downtown she went, and she goes into the store. You know, in those days the shoe store had clerks, and they had, this store had a little young man that had, not a young man, but he had a bald head anyway. And so happened, she said, I'd like to try on some shoes. And he said, okay. She said, a size 8. So he goes in the back, you know, and he'd come back out with a stack of boxes. And he got down on that little stool with that slope front, you know, right in front of Big Aunt Bertha. And he started working on that shoe, trying to get that shoe onto that 10 and a half foot, you know. Big Aunt Bertha looked down and saw his bald head there, and she thought it was her knee. So she quickly covered it up with her dress. Well, he thought the lights went out. So he lit a match. Now you know where the term hot pants got started. Our next song is a love song. And it's one that you probably all know. So imagine, if you will, your one true love, as we sing, I don't know why I love you like I do. Uncle Ole, he's from Escanaba, you know, he come down to Green Bay looking for a job, you know, he was out of work. And so he went down the street, door to door, looking for employment, you know, and he spotted this store, had a sign out front that said, salesman wanted. So he goes into there and he said, I'm looking for a job. And the manager said, well, you know, this is a door-to-door job. You have to go to the door and have some kind of a sales pitch and sell these Bibles, you know. And Uncle Ole says, I can do it. So the manager said, well, you know, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll give you a box of books. Now it's Monday. You come back on Friday with that box of books or the money, and we'll see where we go from there. So Uncle Ole grabs his box of books, and out the door he went. 2 hours later, he came back. He had that box empty. He threw all the cash on the table, and the manager says, oh my goodness. He said, what in the world? He said, what kind of a sales pitch do you use? He said, maybe you can train our other salesmen. And Uncle Ole said, yup. And the guy said, well, what kind of a sales pitch do you use? He said, well, you just go to the door and say, would you like to buy a Bible? Or would you sooner I read it to you? It worked every time. This is a song from another musical, Music Man, as a matter of fact. Light a Rose.
Rose.
this song is just the opposite. This is a song about a gal who left her lover and he's not very happy about it. It's called After You've Gone. Singer-songwriter Ray Stevens wrote a lot of goofy songs. One of them was The Streak. Remember that? Actually, we were watching the Super Bowl and there was a streaker in the Super Bowl. Did you know that? Anyway, you know, in The Streak, it talks about this guy running down the street and he hollers, "Close your eyes, Ethel," or something like that. Anyway, don't look at that one. Anyway, we're not doing that one. Another one of Ray Stevens' songs is called Freddie Feel Good and his funky little four-piece band. And that's what we're doing right now.